The following video is presented to you by the EA Game Changers. Thank you so much to EA for flying me to Orlando to take part in this early capture. Oh, what's shaking, Chewy Nation? ChewbaccaLemma here, back with another Madden 20 video. Today, we're doing Texans versus Colts. As a Texans fan, of course, we have to show off our team versus our rival, the Indianapolis Colts, and we're showing off the X factors here. When I was recording this, I was like, I need to show you guys what the X factors are so you can see them in the passive ability, so you can see all that. That was the idea, but since then they've actually released a nice image showing how you're going to be able to see this on the field without having to pause it, because that was the issue we had. So you're not going to have to pause it now. You can automatically see it on the field. You can hit the left trigger and switch teams. I went ahead and just scrolled over to the Colts. I thought it might be a little bit faster. That might not have been true, but you see Andrew Luck has the dashing Deadeye, red zone Deadeye, sideline Deadeye, pro reads as his X factor. A lot of times these X factors are not really like that. They're not even close to being overpowered. It's those passive abilities that really should focus on. Those are the good ones. So Andrew Luck obviously is going to be a fantastic quarterback in the game. I don't think the Colts are going to be one of the more popular teams in the game. I think the Texans will be more popular. You see, we're on all Madden. You saw it, all Madden competitive. But let's go ahead and show this screenshot that they put out. You may have already seen it. If you hit the right trigger instead of the play, you now hit the left trigger for that. If you hit the right trigger, it will actually show you the X factors on your side of the ball, and if you hit the right stick up, it will show the other side of the ball. So that's pretty cool that you can see the X factors and the abilities for both sides without having to pause the game. I think that's huge, because that was an issue we were seeing, is people would have to pause the game just to see, you know, remember what their X factors were, but also to be able to see what the X factors were for the other person. So I think that might be a reason too why they put it on the right trigger. I know a lot of people are upset that they took right trigger and moved that to left trigger. Like, why didn't you just put it at left trigger? But my thing is, like, you really want people not to be pausing. People hit right trigger all the time, right? Bernard McKinney screams. So that should not pausing should not happen nearly as much, because people will hit the right trigger. It's like that just popular button, at least at the beginning, so it'd be like, oh, it's right there, so I don't need to pause it. I don't know what the actual complete rationale for that was, but that was a big hot topic. A lot of people were upset about that. I really don't care. It won't take long to get used to. DeAndre Carter taking it all the way to the 41-yard line. I should probably focus on what's happening on the game. The Houston Texans versus the Colts, after a great stand by the Houston Texans defense. Fun fact, they have the #1 rated defense in the game, tied with Chicago, I believe. They're both an 88 overall. We go ahead and go with the read option. I think it would have been a pick if we actually passed it. So that was very much not open. But 4th and 1, we're passing. Watson, we drop back. We see a corner. Kiki QT. What an absolute dot. Watson was amazingly very accurate. I was excited to see that. 1st and 10, we're driving with Watson at the helm here. We have the in route. No, we decide to hit it. The deep in route to Will Fuller. Another missile. And I got to tell you guys, the Texans, I think they are a top 5 team in the game. They have a great defense. And with Watson, if he's able to deliver some passes like this, I think they're going to be really good. We go ahead. You see that escape artist light up. We try to juke them because we're maybe an idiot. We do unfortunately fumble. You don't want to be taking those hits, and the Colts are now inside the 10 with the ball. But the defense is good. You know, we're not worried about this. You know, having one of these top defenses, we're fine. Let's go, Justin. Justin Reed, what a steal the Texans got. They needed that help last year in the secondary. They ended up drafting him at a really good value, and he's been good, and I think he's going to be elite in the coming years. But DeAndre Carter's back there again. You're in trouble. The best kept sitting. Nice play, DeAndre, keeping that field position. 0-0 still. You look at the right side. They are pressing Nuke Hopkins. This is not a good idea. Plus 14 on the release. This is a terrible idea. And you see him. You see it. Nuke Hopkins. Go, baby, go. He's gone for 6. Even though he doesn't have elite speed, if you press one of these top-end wide receivers like Nuke or Mike Evans, they are going to absolutely torch your defense. And I was able to fit that in. I pass-led it to the sideline so that Deep Blue could not get there in time. And we're up 7-0. Get used to that Indianapolis Colts. Nuke Hopkins destroying your dreams. In all reality, it is the Colts division probably this year, but Texans should be all right. 1st and 10. Here we go. Jadeveon Clowney. This is why the Texans are going to be so popular. They have 2 elite pass rushers in Clowney and Watt coming off the edges. Man, I don't know, guys. I'm pretty excited about the Texans being so good. You're going to see that in tournaments. You're going to see them pretty popular. Bradley Roby coming up here and making a sure tackler. He missed a tackle at the beginning of the game. He went ahead and shored it up and made the tackle there, and we stopped the Colts again with a 7-0 lead. All Madden, competitive. We're not scared because we have DeAndre Carter. We actually did not mean to catch that. We were trying to get out of the way, but we're gone. DeAndre to the 13. I don't know why I'm so excited about DeAndre Carter. I think he's even an elite return man, but it's okay. 1st and 10. This is one of my favorite plays in previous years, except not in the single back. I think it was a gun formation, but very similar. We deliver a dot to Jordan Thomas, the young tight end for the Houston Texans, and again, we are dotting him up, an absolute perfect dot. And talk about dots, are you ready for the hottest of dots, or is this a Todd? I'm not sure. I say it's a dot. Isn't it? If you're playing a user, they probably click on and pick that, but that, I think, is a missile, an absolute missile. That was probably not a great decision there, but it ended up working out. 2nd and 1. Go ahead and have the clear out route with the tight end. Why is our primary receiver? We see it, but we have to roll out because the pressure's too much. On the run, accurate pass, but unfortunately incomplete. Will Fuller did come down with that, but incomplete there. But Will Fuller's not done. They're pressing Will Fuller. He has one of the fastest guys. He's one of the fastest players in the game. And this is reminiscent. He takes a hit of the play against the Miami Dolphins when he tragically tore his ACL. 42-yard touchdown dot. That actually looked like identical to that play. If you haven't seen it, check it out. We were actually there at Energy Stadium, my wife and I, and we saw it live. Fortunately, like I said, he did tear his ACL, but what an absolute missile. Deshaun Watson's accuracy is been very good for the little bit I played with him. He does throw it into, I've played with him some more, not on this footage. I mean, he will throw it into the dirt sometimes, like it's not, but he played really well in this game. 3rd and 3, right side of the field. It looks like it may, the ball was in his left hand. Are you sure that was a 1st down? Challenge. It's inside 2 minutes. The booth upstairs says it was a 1st down, so we're going to continue. Andrew Luck. Is this playoff luck or regular season luck? It doesn't matter because J.J. Watt absolutely crushed the right tackle. It is crazy how good J.J. Watt is, and Aaron Donald, these top-end pass rushers. They are so good. He's a monster. But Andrew Luck saying, you know what? We're going to try to make something work on this drive. Cunningham, just too slow. It's harder to use her this year for sure. And with Cunningham, it's not going to be too easy. But it did end up ending the 1st half. And we get the ball to start the 2nd half. So we're off and running. You see Escape Artist. He feels fast. It may not look like it on there, but, I mean, it does kind of maybe a little bit. But he does feel really fast. Watson does. So definitely excited to use him. We go ahead, play action. I know not everybody plays regs, but even use him in MUT or when competitive tournaments come around, if they're on regs, you might be interested. You might be interested in using the Houston Texans. Here we go, 14-0. Do you see how bad Nuke Hopkins? If you notice the left side of the field, he absolutely destroyed his man like multiple times off the line, and then he double moved and beat him again. So bad. He is so good. I probably should have thrown it to him there, but easy escaping out of the pocket there. And we had a 1st and 10. Again, we're driving, trying to make this a 3-possession game. Look at X. If we were able to roll to the right, the pressure came in. That would have been an absolute dot to Hopkins. Unfortunately, the pressure did come in. And now we have a 3rd and 12. Let's see if we're able to make a play here. We see Nuke, but instead we go to Will Fuller, and I believe he did get just enough. Do you see that stat line? 14 of 15 for Watson and 5 for 88 for Will Fuller. So he's having himself a day. We're trying to run different plays. We're trying to be, just trying to run whatever they give us. And we're going to go ahead. You see how bad Nuke Hopkins just destroyed his man again. You cannot press Nuke Hopkins if you are not a top-end corner. Don't try it. You can't do it. I'm sorry. I definitely want to see the matchmaking of Hopkins versus someone like Ramsey to see how that does, how they compete back and forth. But you see Hopkins against a not so great corner just absolutely destroy him in that cover one hole defense. Great play there. 21-0. Is this like a prequel to what's going to happen in the NFL? Probably not, as the Colts will probably be able to put up several points against the Texans. But so far the pass rush has been getting to Luck. He's been all right, but the pass rush has been able to end the drives. A not great user there by me. A good read by Luck. 8 of 9. He just hasn't went downfield. 53 yards. He's unable to complete anything downfield. 2nd and 1 here. We'll send in somebody off the edge. Send in 4. We'll see if it comes in. He throws it right at me. Is this the playoffs? Because Andrew Luck is playing like his playoff self, making blind reads. Playoff Luck is not regular season Luck for sure. That's probably not even fair, but it's fine. I don't like the Colts, so I'm allowed to say these things. 1st and 10. We're going with the. Oh no, we went for the RPO. That was, I promise you, not on purpose. I wanted to beat the Colts 50-0, but they get a touchdown there. There you go. The danger of RPOs. You see it. That was tragic. We throw the pick. I'm sad. Oh my goodness, the Colts are back in it just because I made a terrible decision. I want to try some RPO action, and it did not work out. But it's fine. They haven't really been able to stop us yet, and they're pressing us again like ding-dongs. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? We go ahead. Look at this. He just absolutely crushed. Kiki QT absolutely destroyed that cover 3. We hurtle into the end zone because we have no respect. Kiki QT absolutely destroyed that cover 3 defense right there. That got absolutely torched up the seam. Like seeing that. Because that corner was pressing, he was unable to get back there and able to go right in between those two deeps, the corner and the safety. So we're up 28-7. This game is all but over, but it's a 3-possession game. Unfortunately, we're unable to pick that off. That was a pick for sure, but in Madden 19, but in Madden 20, you don't get those jump animations, so we were unable to intercept that. 4th and 6. We'll see if they're able to pick it up. A bad throw. That's probably a pick if it's on target. They go ahead and turn it over. It's 28-7. We should probably just run the clock out, but again, this is the Indianapolis Colts we're talking, so we probably shouldn't run the clock out. So we're passing. 2nd and 17. We're trying to go deep. We probably should not be doing this. We're going to get Watson injured by doing this. Jabal Sheard absolutely destroyed our O-line. And again, he's another one that I noticed he was definitely showing up. You see, we're using suggestions. I don't usually do. I'm trying to get some different plays on there. But we end up having to punt. They got the ball. They're moving 28-7. Can they come back? Because we are playing like ding-dongs. But we make a fantastic play. But Bernardrick McKinney, he made such a great play on the ball, but unable to tackle. What kind of play was that, Bernardrick? That's okay. We're fine. We're still up 3 possessions. There's no reason to panic. No reason to panic. An absolute dot there. We had a soft squat, I think, on the left, so he followed it deep, the vertical route, just like a soft squat should, and it left the sideline wide open. 3rd and 3. We're going to see if they're able to dot us up. All right, we got it covered. But look at that absolute... That was an absolute dot by Andrew Luck. A great red zone play that we might have to replicate. We might have to check that out and see if we can replicate that, because that was a fantastic red zone play by the Colts to make it a 2-possession game with 3 timeouts. The game is definitely not over thanks to my silliness. They're going for an onside kick. They're trying. Thankfully, we recover Dixon, and that should all but isolate the game. We now should probably just run the clock out, not worry about it. The game's over. But no, we're throwing it deep. Come, look at him. Look at him, Watson. Look at him, Watson. Yes, get out of there with that escape artist. Able to pick up a huge 20-plus yard gain. 28-14. The game is over. We should go ahead and run the ball and just end the game. But no, we're passing. We're going deep. Nuke. Touchdown, Nuke. Hopkins again. He's in. He is in the zone as well. You just see that he is absolutely incredible in this game. I gotta tell you, if you're a Bucs fan as well, try Mike Evans. He's gonna do the same thing. These big receivers are way better than they've ever been in years past. 35-17. They got a field goal. It was sort of like a thing that they were just trying to make themselves feel better. They went down, got a field goal at the end there. You see the stat line. I don't know if you caught that. We'll see it here shortly as well. Watson was absolutely lethal. 19 of 24. It was a clinic. The rushing was pretty much all Watson as well. We had a couple turnovers, a pick, that pick 6, and then a fumble, but 5 passing touchdowns, 380 yards. Luck was actually not too bad, but just didn't go downfield as much. Hopkins 5 for 150 and 3 touchdowns. Fuller's 5 for 88 and 1 touchdown. Kiki QT had that one long touchdown, 100 yards plus a touchdown. So you see it, all the team there. I don't know why I didn't separate it by the Texans, but it's fine. Also, a lot of sacks to be had it's going to take some getting used to. You see we got sacked a ton, which is something we got to get used to, but we do get the win. Thankfully, that felt great. But just so you guys know, if you're a Colts fan, T.Y. Hilton is also very good. He also seems to play up when he plays the Texans. Here you go, Texans killer, T.Y. Hilton. Laugh it up, guys. Laugh it up, Colts fans. There you go. There's your highlight, okay? Goodbye.